Well, my name is Bronwyn Blake, and I'm the legal director here at the Texas Advocacy Project. I've been an attorney for a little over 10 years now, and I'm super excited to get to visit with y'all today, especially about this topic of healthy relationships with younger people. I started doing that work here at the project. I knew I was interested in helping women and children and dealing with domestic violence and things like that, and I bet a lot of you share that concern. But I didn't really think about this as something that affected younger people when I was that age, so you guys are a step ahead of me. This is usually where I like to kind of plug in, because I know you guys are high achievers and doing well in school, that I had just some really lucky things happen to me related to this issue. I knew I wanted to serve victims of abuse, and I had set up like a job interview with the American Bar Association, the Institute on Domestic Violence, and I'm sitting in the job interview in law school, and the woman interviewing me, she's kind of a big deal. She was like, "So what are you doing at your school?" I was still in law school, but you're in school. "What are you doing at your school to help victims at your school?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? My school? I'm not helping people at my school. I'm helping other people." And I didn't get that job because that was my takeaway, is that this happens to people right next to you. There might be someone in this room even. So think about that, and you guys already are, so you're a step ahead, and you would have gotten that job, unlike me, and already been doing great. But that's kind of how I got into this. So we don't have a lot of time to go over this PowerPoint, but I think it's printed out in your folder. Will somebody confirm that for me? So I want everyone to eyeball it, because I'm not going to go through the whole thing. So this is homework. Homework, okay? Okay, click. Where's my clicker? Why don't I just click it like a normal person? Yes. Ooh. Click. Okay, so hopefully you've heard a little bit about the Texas Advocacy Project already. Can you tell me?
They haven't yet, but I would.
Ooh, I want to talk about it then.
Yeah.
Or Jeremy, do you want to?
We can both talk about it.
Jeremy, you go first.
I'll go first. I think I met everyone. Some of you were sneaking in when we had a crowd out there. But I'm Jeremy. I'm the development director here. This is Neetu back here. She's on camera right now. She's multi-talented. But I want to thank all you guys for coming and giving us your time on the weekend. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Texas Advocacy Project, so you'll know what to say as you're out there representing us and yourselves and the Teen Ambassadors program. But we're a nonprofit organization, so tell you just quickly about a nonprofit. We go out and we fundraise, we write grants, we raise our own money so that we can pay for all the services that we provide. So for a nonprofit, we're not trying, well, we are trying to make extra money, but it's not about having profits, it's about paying for what we do each year. So that's another reason that you all are here too, to help us a little bit and learn about fundraising and philanthropy. But at the project, as Bronwyn mentioned, we offer free legal services for victims of domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, and stalking. And we do that through our legal line. We have a toll-free legal line. We help all across this, anybody across the state of Texas can call in. They can get questions answered about their rights as a survivor. If they need full representation, an attorney such as Bronwyn will take on their case, and she can help them get all the way from the phone call all the way to if they have to go to court. And then the other thing we do is just education and raising awareness about these issues, again, which is why you're here. If you can, you might tell one person that's going through something that this information would really help them. And you never know until you kind of start talking about it, and then people will open up, and a lot of people are going through these things. The education aspect that we do, prevention of these issues, Bronwyn and our training director, they go out and about to colleges and universities in Texas as well to train on these issues and also make sure the survivors know what rights they have and who can help them. So that is it in a nutshell, and you have more information about the project in the packet too. So just so we can keep this rolling. But thank you guys very much.
Okay, cool. Let's keep on scrolling.
Did I miss anything, Bronwyn? That's what question I should be asking.
I don't think you missed anything.
All
Do you
right.
guys have questions about what we do? Okay. Have you heard the expression elevator pitch? What's an elevator pitch? You nodded your head, so I'm gonna call on you.
It's a short pitch that you give to somebody about your organization, like you would do when you're riding in an elevator. You don't have a lot of time to
Perfect,
talk.
yeah. So
That's it.
Jeremy wanted to give you the elevator pitch, so you guys will have an elevator pitch now about that. An activity for another time. Okay, so remember, we don't have time to go through this. This is your homework. I just wanted to point out this is called a teen equality wheel. This is about healthy relationships. These are the components of a healthy relationship. There's a lot of information here about what a healthy relationship. We want to be positive. Talk about what our goal is, what we'd like in a relationship. These cute little kittens are kind of explaining to you, and you can look at these at home, what's healthy versus unhealthy. Cute little kittens. It's good to talk about boundaries in a relationship. This is your homework. Read about these boundaries. More cute kittens. I think you guys are going to ace the texting, healthy texting with the cute kittens. More cute kittens. Asking somebody out. Okay, I'm kind of going through these and letting them be your homework because I want to have as much time as possible for activity. So I'm just making sure there's nothing in here we need to explain. Oh, here's one more thing I'm going to call out. Find in your packet where you see this black and white wheel.
It's on a separate page.
Oh, cool. You have it blown up. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeremy. Find the blown up one. Here, you found it. Can you hold it up so people can see what we're looking for? There it is. So in the interpersonal violence, family violence, domestic violence movement, this is what's called a wheel. A power and control wheel, and it's just a visual way to understand all the different components that could go into an unhealthy relationship. So we saw the healthy one, the pretty one in color. This is kind of like the Wizard of Oz. The pretty one's in color. This is black and white. This is the unhealthy one. So there's a lot of different things. This isn't just physical abuse. You know, a lot of times when people hear about family violence or dating violence, they think about somebody grabbing, pushing, shoving, punching. It's way more than that, as you can see from this wheel. And in the activity we're going to do, you're going to see a lot of different things besides physical abuse. We have some statistics. There's a lot more great statistics out there. If this is something that's compelling to you in your project, if you want to make posters or announcements and get statistics, these are some. There's more on our website, and I can point you in the direction of more if you want. I think my contact information will be at the end of this. If not, I'll give you my card. You don't know about physical abuse. These are different types of abuse you're going to read about for homework. And I think we're near the end, so I will talk a minute about this. This is a picture of Trella Mosley. She was a high school student here in Austin, Texas at Reagan High School. And unfortunately, she lost her life to an abusive relationship. I was in law school at the time and wasn't really watching the news. I was keeping my head down doing my homework. And when I found out about her story, I was really surprised. I showed up for the first day of an internship at the DA's office. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer like on Law and Order. And I was so excited to be, you know, the younger attorney to the Jack McCoy character. And they were in the middle of a hearing. I got there late. Again, don't hire me. And they were trying to decide if her ex-boyfriend, Marcus McTeer, should be tried as a juvenile, a child, or an adult. The difference is bigger punishments for murdering her because he was 16 at the time. So they can decide, should we try you as a child or an adult? Ultimately, they decided to try him as a child, and he pled guilty, and he was sentenced to a determinative sentence, which means he starts serving it in a juvenile facility, and then when he gets to be 18, they decide, should we keep him incarcerated or let him go? Ultimately, they decided to put him in an adult facility because he was exhibiting some of the same controlling behaviors that you can read about in your packet, even from jail where he was. So Trella Mosley inspired a lot of people. The Austin Independent School District came out with a teen dating violence policy after her death. And now every school in Texas has that policy. It was so popular, they made it a law. So HB 121, that stands for House Bill 121. Our Texas legislature meets every 2 years and proposes changes to our education code. That's the law governing your school. So this House Bill 121, making Trella's bill all about teen dating violence in schools part of our education code, is now part of your school. So that might be a project, you know, making people aware of that, finding that in your school code of conduct that could point you in the right direction. So, it's been almost 15 years since she died, and I think she'd be really impressed with all the work that you guys are doing, and kind of honoring her in that way. Okay, so there's some legal information in here for you to read about. Protective orders, we're going to learn about those in one of these activities. They're kind of like a stay away order. Y'all know about restraining orders. We don't call them that, we call them protective orders. So everyone who leaves this room is not going to say restraining order anymore. That's like in California. This is Texas. We say protective order when we want to keep people safe. We say restraining order when we want to protect like our truck. Okay? Protective order, PP, protective order, people. Okay, have anybody ever heard of Title IX on the news? People not watching the news, probably I wasn't, as in my story. Title IX is a federal law. There's a Title I, Title II, Title III, all the way down to Title IX. Do y'all learn Roman numerals in schools? Y'all know 1X from the Super Bowl, probably. That's where I learned Roman numerals. So Title IX is 1X. It says that you can't discriminate based on gender in sports. So you might hear people talk about how, Title IX protects sports. We can't have more money spent on boys' sports than girls' sports. It also protects you on gender in relationships in school. You don't want to be discriminated against because of your relationship. No gendered violence. So dating violence falls under this. There's a logical format to that. I see some people looking quizzically. I'm happy to talk to you more later about how we've made the leap from sports to relationships. That's another conversation we can have afterwards if you want. So Title IX applies to people in school. This is a hot topic right now. So this might be something that you'd want to incorporate into your project is Title IX. When you hear about sex scandals at Baylor, Title IX is the law they're dealing with. So it's not just about college football teams, it's also about your high school. I have a high school case right now, not in Austin, in another city, maybe one of y'all's cities, but I'm helping a young woman using Title IX to keep her safe at her school from a very abusive ex-boyfriend. Okay, so here's some more homework for y'all to read about options for people. What you can do if you can help. This is an important thing for us to pause for a second and talk about. What can you do? What if you are wanting to educate people at your school? What if that's your project? You want to teach people not to be just a bystander, but to be proactive. I like to give people 3 pieces of advice. If you know this is happening to someone, you want to tell them, I care about you. You're not just being a busybody, you're talking to them because you care about them. You want to tell them, I'm scared for you. I don't hate the way your girlfriend or boyfriend dresses. This is actually a big deal. I'm scared for you. And I am here to help you when you're ready. That last part is hard. When you see someone in an abusive relationship, you want them to get out now. They might not be ready to get out now. So are you going to say, if you don't break up, I can't be your friend anymore, I can't handle the drama? Well, then you've left them alone to deal with this. You have to say, I'm here to help you when you're ready. So remember, you care about them, you're scared for them, and you're here to help them when they're ready. Those are the 3 things you might want to say or pass on to people to say that's a great project would be to educate people about that. If you want to look at some national materials, they would be happy for you to use these materials. You don't have to recreate the wheel. They've got videos, they've got posters, they have public service announcements. These are 2 of our favorites. That's Not Cool.com and loveisrespect.org. Even if you don't want to use them, you might want to reference them, so look at them and get ideas for your own projects. And then this is some great information to pass around. The national numbers are nice to pass around. Of course, you need to pass around Texas Advocacy Project's contact information, which is right here, the legal services line, 1-800-374-HOPE. I want all y'all to memorize that number, 1-800-374-HOPE. You got it good at memorizing, maybe? 1-800, that's easy. HOPE's easy. So it's really the 374. Okay, everybody close your eyes. Let's say that number. Let me test you. 1-800-374. HOPE, right, yes. Okay, good. Good job, guys. Okay, excellent. Do we have any questions? Back to the kitten question. Somebody who made this PowerPoint was really into kittens. Any questions? Did y'all get, your unicorn lattes to get, there's no caffeine in that, probably. Somebody's
Lots of
getting
sugar
some
there.
caffeine over here. That's good. Me too. Okay, this is the best part. We're going to do a really interactive activity. I'm just gonna ask Neetu where the starter cards are. I found these laminated ones. These are normally what we would use.
Jeremy put them out. Jeremy, do you know where you put the starter cards?
Amanda might have been new starter cards. Are these the
Oh,
laminated?
the box is under there.
Okay, she probably
I'm not
didn't make
sure
new ones.
what is the starter card.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. So one thing that's cool is this is an activity we bought, but then we custom made it to y'all. So hopefully this will go smoothly.